Hi, welcome to Cheekyricho Cooking's spicy sausage stuffed bread rolls. We've got some bratwurst here, we've got some little cherry tomatoes, a half a red onion and a full brown onion and a little bit of cheese with some BBQ sauce and a couple of bread rolls that have been in the freezer and they're really quite soft. They've lost their nice crunchy appeal. What we're going to do on the searing function is brown off our little bratwurst. There's 4 little sausages in there. This is going to make too much for 2 buns, but I only have 2 buns, so this is great with pasta or stuffing into puff pastry to make a lovely little pie maker pizzeria sort of thing. Only a couple of ingredients in there. You've probably already got something like that in your fridge. You could use hot dogs here, Kransky, Weisswurst, any number of little sausages that have got a bit of flavour on them, and we're going to just brown them off a little bit on the saute function, and that'll release a little bit of fat. And then we're sending in our cherry tomatoes, some barbecue sauce and a little bit of cheese just to bind it all together and give it some nice flavour. Our bread rolls will be stuffed with that mixture and then pop back in there just to heat through and get nice and crusty on the outside. Have it with a beer. Perfect for a Saturday lunch. Now we're getting a little bit of nice colour on our sausages and they're not sticking at all. There's very, very little fat coming out of that. So it's a nice healthy dish. You may need to add a little bit of fat if your sausages are a bit lean, so that your onions get a nice bit of colour on them. So they're going in there now. And just have a little bit of oil on standby just in case you need it. But we just want to sort of fry this up, not till it's blackened or caramelised, because we don't want it to get bitter. We just want to have a nice bit of flavour, and the onion will flavour the meat and the meat will flavour the onion. Okay, our onions have gone a bit translucent now. There's no fat rolling around in the bottom there at all. We're just going to add our little tomatoes now because we've got heaps of them. I'm just going to squash them down a little bit so they can start to break down. They will pop. I'm not worried about peeling them. We just need a bit of that juice to go in there and start to break down a little bit. And we don't want them too wet. So a lot of the juice is going to have to come out of that. So when it goes into a little bread roll, which we aren't going to butter, it's not going to make it really fall to pieces and go all puggy on you. Let that cook down a little bit longer and we'll cut a pocket into our bread roll. So just don't go too far in. You need to be able to open it up like so and fill it with your filling. And do the same with the other one. Okay, that hasn't taken very long at all. And our tomatoes have broken down and added to our dish. We're just going to add some barbecue sauce now, as much or as little as you like. As you notice, I haven't already put some salt and pepper in there. And that's going to mix with our cheese and give us a delightful filling for our bread roll. So just let that reduce down a little bit. And what it will do, as the vinegar and the moisture in that sauce has evaporated, it will intensify the flavours. Okay, you can see how the moisture has evaporated out of those tomatoes now. Now this is purely optional. I've got a small handful of parsley out of my garden. That's going in now just to cheer it up a little bit with our little bit of grated cheese. That's going to melt, hold it all together, and then we're going to stuff our bread rolls with it and then roast it in the Foodi just to get the bread rolls nice and crusty. So that's about all you have to do with that. I'll turn it off and we're going to open up our bread rolls. Don't burn yourself because this is molten hot. Push it in as far as it will go. The cheese is starting to get a bit stringy. Just stuff it in there. Okay, that's a pretty good sandwich there, I think you'll agree. Do the same with the other one. Squeeze it open. Shake that filling in there, push it in as far as it'll go, and now we're just going to scrape this out here. Give our inner pot just a quick wipe out with the damp towel so that tomato doesn't burn on, because if it does, you'll still be able to clean it because it's got such a nice non-stick surface, but the smell of burnt tomato will flavour your bread roll and that's not ideal. So just scoop this extra stuff out. You can stuff a spud with that, you can have it on toast, you can have it any way you want really. Okay, now I've just got a bit of wet paper towel here. I'm just going to wipe this out. Put the towel over so you've got a fresh surface to work with. Now just change your paper towel with some fresh paper towel so you're not wiping on more than you're wiping off. And then we'll just put the wire basket in there now and just put this on air crisp to crisp up the outside of the bread roll, which is already hot from the inside. So you just need to crisp up the outside edge of it. The air crisp basket. In that goes. Really quite full. We'll stand them up so they don't lose their contents. And we're going to put air crisp for 1 minute. Okay, now we just serve it with some potato chips and a little pot of sauce for dipping. And a beer. I hope you enjoyed this little cooking demonstration of Cheekyricho Cooking's stuffed sausage burgers in the Ninja Foodi. If you would like to see more interesting recipes and ideas, just check out our Cheekyricho Cooking channel. And don't forget to please subscribe and do come back and visit us again soon. We've got so much more to show you and we're uploading lots of videos. And thank you very much for watching. Have a great day.